Morning, Steve Freed in Chicago with the morning grain comments. Well, it's sunny here in Chicago today, and rains are supposed to hold off until Sunday. Next week looks warmer and drier until rains return to the Midwest later next week. 6 to 10 day outlook calls for normal to above temps and normal precip. 8 to 14 day is about the same with normal temps and normal precips. So no signs of any long-term dry or warm pattern. On Monday, USDA is expected to continue to estimate the U.S. corn crop near 74% good to excellent. There is some question of whether we'll get all the acres planted. Maybe as much as 1 million acres didn't get planted because of this wet spring, especially in the south. But if conditions remain pretty favorable, we expect that the corn yield could make up for that and still have a pretty good crop. As we go into the June 10th report, the average guess for the corn carryout is about 1860 for this year and 1780 for next year. And those are comfortable stock numbers. We did see one farm consultant suggest that U.S. farmers should go in and sell some corn, maybe around the 395 area on the March 16 contract, maybe another 15% of the 2015 corn. Over in the beans, I think that the market has seen a little bit of a bounce. I'm linked that to strong U.S. cash basis levels and good demand versus maybe a slowdown in farmers selling. We'll get our first crop rating on Monday of the U.S. crop, and most people think that 82 to 84% of the crop will get planted, and that the crop will be rated around 72% good to excellent, which is a pretty favorable rating. Again, that same farm consultant suggests farmers sell another 15% of their 15 bean crop if January 16 beans get to 935. As far as wheat is concerned, not much change in the USDA's estimate of the winter wheat crop. 2015-16 U.S. carryout at 798, and I think wheat's been supported on this bounce from the low on some net drying that's occurring in Russia, Canada, parts of Europe, and maybe Australia. And also some India dryness that may be causing them to buy some wheat, and maybe too much rain in the U.S. winter wheat calling a quality concern. We'll see if we need any further upside potential in the wheat market if this dryness continues, but there is forecast for rains, at least for Western Canada and Europe next week. Also, big picture, I think the market has seen a bounce in grains due to the weaker dollar. And I think that our perspective is the dollar is going to continue to be weaker. Does that allow some support underneath the market in corn, beans, and wheat that we wouldn't normally see if we have big crops? That's left to be played out. Did see a little bit of bounce in crude this morning because of OPEC comments. They're going to keep supplies at current levels. Market's going to be watching the jobs data for any reaction in the financial markets. So going into the weekend, we've had a little bit of bounce in prices this week. Some farmer analysts are suggesting farmers sell some 15 corn and beans at this bounce level. And as we move forward, we'll be watching the June 10th USDA supply and demand report, but more importantly, U.S. and global weather. As always, these are my thoughts and not those of ADM or ADM Investor Services, and have a safe and profitable trading day.